Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan and I'm coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts for this Lou Tompkins All-Star League Youth Baseball postseason game between Brookline and Waltham. We're getting ready to start the top of the first inning. Waltham coming to the plate. Leading off is the center fielder, number 13, Mikey DiStefano. DiStefano, a left-handed batter, facing off against Brookline's starting pitcher, number 47, John Kim. First pitch of the game. In there for strike one. Brookline and Waltham facing off for the fourth time this season now. They played twice in the regular season and once earlier in the playoffs just 2 days ago, as Kim winds up for the 0-1. In there for strike two. For those who are getting deja vu from the playoff game 2 days ago, to explain the scenario, Brookline won that game at this same spot on Warren Field 5-0, and Waltham dropped into the loser's bracket as the 0-2 pitch comes in, connects, sends it over the first baseman's head, and just fouled down the right side, so the count remains 0-2. So after Brookline defeated Waltham on Tuesday here at Warren Field by a score of 5-0, Waltham dropped into the loser's bracket but stayed alive in this double elimination tournament with a narrow 1-0 win over Muddy River yesterday. As John Kim delivers the 0-2 pitch, it's high for ball one. Brookline's trip through the playoffs, meanwhile, involved their 5-0 win over Waltham, followed by a tough 3-2 comeback loss to Reading Red yesterday on the road. 1-2 pitch, high for ball two. So in this double elimination tournament, both teams have gone 1-1 thus far, and this is now a do-or-die scenario. Whichever team loses is eliminated. The 2-2 pitch to DiStefano. High and inside, ball three. So full count now. Kim winds up and fires. High for ball four. And so Waltham gets things started with a walk by Mikey DiStefano, and now batting second, the left fielder, number 7, Cal Canoni. Runner on first, nobody out. Kim checks DiStefano over at first, winds and delivers. High for ball one. In 3 games against Brookline, Canoni is batting 3 for 9 with a strikeout, 2 runs scored, and an RBI, as the next pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. Kim throws back to first, and DiStefano dives back safely. And Kim throws back again. They can't get the tag down in time, and DiStefano is back safely once again. One and one, the count to Canoni. Kim winds and delivers, runner takes off. It's high for a ball, the throw down to second. They got him! Laser of a throw by Jasper Reed from behind the plate. And Owen Roach, the second baseman, fielded it well on a short hop and applied the tag. So 2-1 is the count, but now 1 out in the inning. The 2-1 pitch. Curves in there for a strike. It's 2-2 now the count. 2-2 pitch from Kim. It drops too low and in the dirt, ball three. The 3-2 pitch from Kim. Curves into the zone, and it is fouled off the body. Count remains full. What? 3-2 pitch once again. Just a bit outside, and that is the second straight walk for John Kim. As now stepping to the plate is the catcher, number 17, Matt O'Toole. O'Toole was not here 2 days ago for the first playoff matchup between these two teams. He is now, and the first pitch swung on and missed for a strike. O'Toole, the second lefty that Kim is facing this inning after DiStefano led off, now facing an 0-1 count. Pitch, fouled to the backstop, strike 2. Kim has done well getting ahead early in these counts, but he's had a little trouble staying ahead. He has walked each of the past 2 hitters. Thanks to his defense behind him, he was able to get 1 out as 1 runner was caught stealing. And the throw back to first, and Cannoni dives back safely. And Kim steps off the mound, fakes, then throws over to first, and Cannoni gets back very easily. In 2 games against Brookline, O'Toole is batting 2 for 4 with a walk, a hit by pitch, and 2 runs scored. He now faces an 0-2 count. The pitch, he connects on this one, sends it out to right field. It's caught by Aiden out in right field. That'll be the second out of the inning. Now stepping to the plate, the shortstop, number 22, Justin Moran. Runner on first, 2 outs. Kim sets. Delivers the pitch. Curves into the zone for a strike. Moran was the starting pitcher for Waltham in their last playoff matchup, and he's not had great success on the mound against Brookline. We'll see what he can do at the plate here. The 0-1 count. He hits a high hopper. It's caught by the pitcher, and he easily tosses it over to first for the third out rather. That is the third and final out of the inning. So a little shaky to start for John Kim as he walks each of the first 2 batters, but his defense had his back. Mikey DiStefano was caught stealing after leading off with a walk, and while Cal Cannoni walked as well, he got no further than first base. Matt O'Toole flew out to right, and Justin Moran grounded back to the pitcher. So now we'll take a look at Brookline's lineup as we get ready for the bottom of the first. And it should be a pretty familiar lineup to those who have been following this Brookline team. Leading off, number 1, the second baseman, Owen Roach. Batting second, the third baseman, number 8, Rocco Shorgy. In the 3 hole, number 16, the right fielder, Aiden Chin. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 20, Jasper Reed. In the 5th spot, number 15, the shortstop, Caleb McGrath. Batting 6th, the center fielder, number 22, Andrew Silverman. Then 7th, the first baseman, number 6, Jack Martell. In the 8th spot, number 12, the designated hitter, Daniel Villa. And rounding out the lineup, number 11, the left fielder, Brage Golding. So while I said it's a pretty typical lineup for Brookline, particularly in regards to the top half of the lineup, one unusual thing, they are using a designated hitter instead of an extra hitter, so they only have 9 batters in their lineup instead of the usual 10. Warming up on the mound for Waltham is their pitcher, number 10, Dan Conrad. Conrad has pitched 1 shutout inning against Brookline out of their 3 games. He showed up as a relief pitcher in their first regular season matchup, which was a 7-0 win for Brookline here at Warren Field. When they played in Waltham, it turned into a much closer game. Brookline ultimately won 8-7 after the game was called due to darkness. And of course, in their playoff matchup back here at Warren 2 days ago, Brookline won 5-0. So the Waltham offense has yet to score here at Warren Field this year. Out of 2 chances, they're now at their 3rd chance. And we'll see what Dan Conrad can do on the mound, as other Waltham pitchers have certainly struggled. Brookline outscoring their opponents 20-7 over 3 games in their 3 games against Waltham. And as the warm-up pitches are almost done, we get ready for Owen Roach to start us off this inning. Roach, the leadoff hitter, looking for his first hit of the postseason. He's currently batting 0 for 6 in the 2 games of the playoffs thus far against Waltham and Reading Red. In 3 games against Waltham, he is batting 2 for 10 with a stolen base, a strikeout, a run scored, and an RBI. Of course, those 2 hits came in that first game, and since then he's gone hitless against Waltham. The first pitch from Conrad is low and inside for ball 1. So for those who subscribe to the adage that a batter can be due for a hit, if there's anyone, it's Roach, as the next pitch is inside for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. And it...
Wait, I thought that hit your noggin.
Oh, it hit his bat. It went over his head. For a second, I thought it hit his head because it bounced off something, but the ump said it bounced off his bat as he ducked. That's a wild play, and we've got a 2-1 count. Pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Conrad winds and delivers. He connects and he pops it out to shallow right. The right fielder coming in, and he's got the catch. So 1 out in the inning after the fly out to shallow right. Ball caught by the right fielder, number 26, Connor Scafidi. And now stepping up, the 3rd baseman, number 8, Rocco Shorgy. The pitch, low and inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Catches the inside corner, and that'll be strike 1. In the playoffs so far, Shorgy batting 2 for 5 with a hit by pitch and 2 runs scored. He now faces the 1-1 count. The pitch is low for ball 2. In 3 games against Waltham, Shorgy's had plenty of success. 5 for 8, 2 walks, 2 steals, and 6 runs scored. Pitch catches the inside corner again. Strike 1. So 2-2 the count to Shorgy. Pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 3. So full count, 1 out, bases empty. Conrad with the payoff pitch. He swings and connects, and he sends this one out to center field, but right to the center fielder. That's one of those balls where it's like, it was good contact, it flew well, but it just flew right to where a fielder was waiting for it. So 2 down in the inning, and coming up is the right fielder, number 16, Aiden Chin. Conrad with the pitch. It's outside ball 1. Chin, another guy who hasn't had the best batting stats in the playoffs thus far. 1 for 6 with a double, a strikeout, and an RBI. 1-0 pitch. Inside ball 1. Ball 2, rather. So 2-0 the count. Pitch. And it hits him. It hits him in the foot. And so Chin gets a free trot down to first base as Brookline tries to get things started with 2 outs. Now up, the catcher, number 20, Jasper Reed. Reed batting 3 for 6 with a double, a strikeout, 2 runs scored, and an RBI this postseason as he steps in with 2 outs and a runner on first. Conrad delivers, swings on the first pitch and fouls it to the left side. Reed against Waltham so far this season is batting 2 for 5 with 4 walks, 3 runs scored, and 2 RBI. So he's had a knack for getting on base against this team, whether it's putting a ball on the field or just getting a free pass. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Well blocked by O'Toole. With a runner on base, anything that gets past him could put a runner in scoring position. Count is 1-1 to Reed. Pitch. He connects and fouls it down the left side. Strike 2. So 1-2 the count. Pitch, Chin takes off, swung on and connected. He skies it out to left center. They're chasing it. Back. Caught by the center fielder. It was right next to the left fielder, but the center fielder called for it and chased after it. That was practically a fly out to the center fielder in left field. So fly out to right, fly out to center, hit by pitch, and fly out to, I guess, center. Is how it plays out in the bottom of the first. So after 1 inning, the score, Brookline 0, Waltham 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan live at Warren Field, and I'll be back after a quick break. Stay tuned. And welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you the top of the 2nd inning of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League playoff matchup between Brookline and Waltham. Starting off the 2nd inning of this scoreless game is number 6, the extra hitter, Tyler Chiasson. First pitch from Brookline's John Kim. High but swung at, strike 1. Bowled him with the high heat. So 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. Swung and high hopper, fielded cleanly at third. Shorgy throws to first, and he's got the 5-3 ground out. Up next, the second baseman, number 2, Bobby Daly. A left-handed hitter, this one. Pitch from Kim, just outside, ball 1. Bobby Daly batting 1 for 8 with 2 strikeouts against Brookline pitchers this year. The 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. So a 1-1 count. Pitch. He fouls this one over the backstop. That'll be strike 2. Kim winds and delivers the 1-2. Doesn't curve enough, and it's high and outside for ball 2. 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3. So a full count once again. Pitch from Kim. Curves into the strike zone, but it's fouled off to the left side. Count remains 3-2. So this is the third hitter that's worked 3 balls against John Kim out of the 6 that he's faced thus far. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and he has his first strikeout of the day. Now coming up, the first baseman, number 11, Drew Anderson. Another lefty hitter. Pitch from Kim. He connects on it, but fouls it over the backstop. That'll be strike 1. Anderson in 3 games against Brookline is 0 for 5. And he went 0 for 2 against Kim in the game at Waltham. Pitch. Fouled to the backstop, strike 2. So an 0-2 count, 2 outs to Drew Anderson. Kim gets a pitch he likes, and he delivers. Connects on it, sends it out to center field. Silverman is under it, and he's got the catch. A can of corn ends the 1-2-3 inning. Ground out to third, strikeout swinging, fly out to center field is how the top of the second plays out. We remain scoreless here at Warren Field. Brookline 0, Waltham 0. As Brookline gets ready to come up. Due up is the shortstop, number 15, Caleb McGrath, the center fielder, number 22, Andrew Silverman, and the first baseman, number 6, Jack Martell. And Dan Conrad coming back out on the mound for Waltham after he shut down the top of Brookline's lineup pretty effectively. 1 hit by pitch was the only gaffe in that inning. He'll start off by facing Caleb McGrath, who is batting 1,000 so far this postseason. 2 for 2 with a double, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, a sacrifice bunt, 4 stolen bases out of 6 attempts, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. So a loaded stat line for McGrath in the playoffs. And it's the same thing when you look at his past 3 games against Waltham. 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, 5 walks, 2 steals out of 4 attempts, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. McGrath, one of those do-everything kind of players, as he's not only been an effective hitter and base runner, but also an effective fielder at the shortstop position, and an effective relief pitcher when the situation demands. Following him up, of course, is Andrew Silverman. He's only played 2 games against Waltham. He missed the first one, but against Waltham, he is batting 1 for 4 with a double, a walk, a run scored, and 2 RBIs. And during the playoffs, you could say he's due. He's batting 1 for 6 with a strikeout and an RBI. So as the warm-up pitches come to an end, stepping into the box to start the bottom of the second inning, the shortstop, number 15, Caleb McGrath. Conrad with the first pitch of the inning. Connected on, sends it out deep to left field. If it stays fair, it could. It stays fair. This is going to go for extra bases. Caleb McGrath with another double. And he holds at second. Caleb McGrath, 1 pitch, 1 hit, and 1 runner in scoring position. He is taking Waltham to school this season. That is his 3rd double against Waltham this year, and his 2nd double of the postseason. As now up, the center fielder, number 22, Andrew Silverman. He's showing bunt, but he pulls back, and the first pitch is inside for ball 1. Conrad checks the runner at second. Lines and delivers. Swung on and connected. This one's going to drop fair as well. This is into... Oh, no, they called it foul. I thought for sure that was a fair ball down the left field line and that was going to bring in McGrath for the game's first run, but just a bit too far to the left. It's called foul, and instead we've got a 1-1 count. Silverman back in the box. Conrad checks the runner and fires. In there for strike 2. So 1-2, now the count to Silverman. Pitch in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher, and McGrath takes off for third. No contest, and he gets there easily. So with nobody out, Brookline is now 90 feet away from getting the first run of this ball game. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and connected. This is going to be a grounder, and this is going to get through the hole. McGrath trots in easily, and Silverman has a single. That was one of those situations where they had the shift on. The shortstop was playing over to his right, closer to the left field line, and Silverman sent it to where the shortstop would normally be, but instead it goes into center field for an RBI single. And now stepping up, the first baseman, number 6, Jack Martell. First pitch is in there for strike 1. So McGrath scores the first run of this ball game, and Brookline takes a 1-0 lead over Waltham. The throw back to first checks Silverman. Brookline has a runner on first with nobody out, and Jack Martell facing an 0-1 count. Pitch. He connects on this one, grounds it past the pitcher, but fielded by the second baseman. He steps on second, and he throws to first, and he's got the double play. So a 4-3 double play as the grounder went past the pitcher's glove, but was fielded right at second base by the second baseman, Bobby Daly. He stepped on the bag, threw to first, and now 2 outs in the inning. The first pitch is high for a ball for the extra hitter, number 12, Daniel Villa. The 1-0 pitch. He fouls it to the backstop, strike 1. Villa has made 1 appearance this postseason, and he's gone 1 for 2 at the plate with a strikeout. Against Waltham, he's only appeared as a pinch hitter and gone 0 for 1. The pitch is low for ball 2. Now the pitch. He connects on this one, skies it into right center. It's being chased and called for by the center fielder, and that will end the inning. So Brookline goes down, but not before doing some damage. The inning played out as such. Caleb McGrath took the first pitch deep to left for a double. Andrew Silverman came up with a single up the middle, taking advantage of a shift in place by the Waltham fielders to drive in McGrath for the game's first run. Jack Martell grounded into a 4-3 double play, and then Daniel Villa flew out to center to end the inning. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Score is Brookline 1, Waltham 0, and I'll be back with the third inning after a short break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you this Lou Tompkins playoff game between Brookline and Waltham. We are starting the top of the third inning as leading off for Waltham is their pitcher, Dan Conrad, who swings and fouls the first pitch behind the backstop for strike one. So it is pitcher against pitcher, John Kim versus Dan Conrad, and the count is 0-1.
And Waltham stinks!
The ball is fouled behind the backstop again, and that's strike two. It's an 0-2 count to Conrad. Pitch from Kim is high for ball one. And so far Conrad has only had one at bat against Brookline all year, and he's gone 0 for 1. He now faces a 1-2 count. The pitch dips just below the strike zone. That'll make it a 2-2 count. Kim with the 2-2 pitch. Catches the zone, and that'll be a strikeout looking. So one out in the inning, and now coming up, the right fielder, number 26, Connor Scafidi. Pitch from Kim. He connects on it, and it skips past Shorgy. And this will be a reach-on error for Connor Scafidi. So a runner on first now, and one out. And coming up, the third baseman, number 4, Ryland Thomas. Kim sets, lines and delivers. He shows bunt. He lays down the bunt. It's done beautifully down the third baseline, fielded by Kim, thrown to first, and he beats it. A bunt single by Ryland Thomas. It was laid beautifully down the third base line. Kim made a good effort to track it down and throw him at first. He couldn't have fielded that much better, but instead it is 2 men on and 1 out. And coming up is number 13, the center fielder and leadoff hitter, Mikey DiStefano. A lefty batter now. Pitch. Curves into the zone for strike one. DiStefano, a dangerous hitter for Waltham. He is batting 2 for 6 with a triple, a home run, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs scored, and 5 RBIs in 3 games against Brookline. The pitch comes in. It's low for ball one. One of his 2 hits came against Kim in the game at Waltham. It was a 2-run triple, and he later came in to score. Now the pitch. He connects on this one and fouls it behind the backstop for strike 2. Well, that broke something. Oh my. I don't know if that was a window or what, but that broke glass. That definitely broke some kind of glass. But in the context of the ball game, it is a 1-2 count. As Kim checks the runner at second, and he decides to throw back to second. He got him! He picked off Scafidi at second. And just like that, we go from runners on first and second, 1 out, to runner at first, 2 outs. An impressive pump fake move by John Kim, no balk call, and a nice tag by Caleb McGrath. The pitch, he connects on this one, and he sends it through the gap into right field, and the runner's going to try and advance to third. The throw comes into the infield, cut off by McGrath, and the runners will be at the corners. So that pickoff move may have just saved Brookline a run. As with 2 outs and runners on the corners, now coming up is Cal Canoni. His last time up, he walked And the pitch from Kim. In there for strike one. With runners on the corners, you got to look out for the potential double steal. It's an 0-1 count to Cannoni. Wind up in the pitch. It's outside, ball one. So 1-1 the count. Pitch is high for ball two. Two-one count. Kim checks the runner at third and delivers. Fouled over the backstop, and that'll be strike two. And from the sound, that just landed in some trees. Thank goodness. I think everybody on the field can say safely that we prefer the minimal amount of property damage inflicted by foul balls. 2-2 the count to Cannoni. 2 outs, runners on first and third. Brookline leads 1-0. The pitch. He swings and connects on it. It's grounded over to second. Fielded by Roach, thrown to first, and that ends the inning. So Kim gets out of the jam in the top of the third, and we head to the bottom of the third, with the score still Brookline 1, Waltham 0. Top of the third played out as such. Dan Conrad led off and struck out looking. Connor Scafitti reached on an error by the third baseman. Ryland Thomas laid down a bunt single to put men on first and second with 1 out. But while Mikey DiStefano was at the plate, John Kim managed to pick off Scafitti at second base, which may have saved them a run as DiStefano would go on to hit a single through the right gap, which advanced Thomas from first to third and likely would have allowed Scafitti to score. Then with runners on the corners and 2 outs, Cal Cannoni grounded out to second to end the inning. So again, some nice defensive play handling the Waltham runners on the base paths. They've caught one man stealing and picked off another at second base. And hats off to the middle infielders, Owen Roach and Caleb McGrath, for fielding the low throws and applying effective tags. So that's the thing about catching a guy stealing or picking him off. The throw has to be low, otherwise it's not going to be a quick enough tag motion to get him, which means as an infielder you have to be able to field those low throws with a guy sliding into the general area of the ball. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's not something that's talked about a lot, but especially at this level, if you're able to cleanly field those pickoff throws and apply the tag in a swift motion, that's a worthwhile skill. So starting out the bottom of the third, we'll have the number 9 hitter and lone lefty in Brookline's lineup, Brage Golding, starting things off. So far this postseason, Golding is batting 1 for 4 with a strikeout and a run scored. And in 3 games against Waltham, he is batting 2 for 7 with 2 strikeouts and 2 runs scored. And so the left fielder, number 11, steps into the box, hoping to get things started so Brookline can expand their lead. Score is currently 1-0. Conrad with the first pitch of the inning. He connects on it and sends it past the first baseman and into the right field. This is going to go for at least 1. And Golding holds it first with a single down the right field line. When the bottom of your lineup can get things started like that, that's when you want the top of your lineup to show why they're at the top of your lineup and bring fellas in. Now up the leadoff hitter and second baseman, number 1, Owen Roach. Roach flew out to right his last time up. He's showing bunt. He lays down the bunt down the first base line. It's fielded, thrown to first, and he's out, but a successful sac bunt advances Golding to second. So now with a runner on second and 1 out, Now batting is number 8, the third baseman, Rocco Shorgy. He flew out to center his last time up. The pitch catches the high end of the strike zone, strike one. Conrad checks the runner at second. The 0-1 pitch. He gets jammed inside on this one and pops it up to shallow right, fielded by the second baseman, and that'll be 2 outs. So with 2 down and a runner on second, now up is the right fielder, number 16, Aiden Chin. His last time up, Chin was hit by the pitch. He'll be hoping to put the ball in play this time and maybe bring Golding home. Conrad with the pitch. It's in the dirt, but covered well by the catcher. Ball 1. So 1-0 the count. Pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. Conrad checks the runner at second. The 1-1 pitch. High and inside, ball 2. Chin working the count this at bat. Now 2-1. Conrad checks the runner. Checks again. Winds and fires. He checks his swing, and that's low and away for ball 3. So 3-1 the count to Chin. With 2 outs and a runner on second, he wants to keep this inning going. The pitch. He connects on this one and sends it up the middle. This is going to bring in Golding. Golding rounds third. He's headed for home. The throw is coming into the plate, and Golding comes in standing up, and Chin runs down to second. And now the ball gets away from the second baseman. Nobody's covering third. Chin's running down to third. Oh, and he holds at third. My goodness. Aiden Chin with a single up that same middle spot thanks to the shift. Golding scores, and Chin advances all the way to third. He advanced to second on the throw, and then to third on an error. So with 2 outs and a runner at third, and Brookline now leading 2-0. It's Jasper Reed. He takes the first pitch and he skies it deep out to left field. It's not going to stay fair. And it was not caught by the left fielder. He got on his horse, chased it well, but nothing doing. So the catcher, number 20, Jasper Reed, facing an 0-1 count, 2 out, runner at third. His last time up, he flew out, well, to the center fielder in basically left field. The pitch. He connects on this one, sends it deep out to center field. Center fielder's going back. Back. Does he have it? He's at the wall. He drops it. It's at the wall. Chin comes in to score. Reed stands at second. Hard to see if that was an error by DeStefano out in center field or if it just dropped, but when a ball's that deep, I tend to favor the batter, so I'll give Reed a double to deep center there. That was a very well hit ball. If he had hit that anywhere but straightaway center field, that could have been gone. Either way, Chin scores. Brookline leads 3-0 thanks to this 2-out rally. And now with a runner at second, it's number 15, the shortstop, Caleb McGrath. The pitch, he swings and connects. This one goes through the left gap. Reed is rounding third, and the left fielder couldn't collect it. Reed's going to come in easily, and McGrath is going to trot down to second. He's rounding second, he's going for third. The throw down to third base is going to be close. He slides in safely. A single to left, and he advances to third on an error in left field. Jasper Reed scores. And now a runner at third again with 2 down for Andrew Silverman. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Brookline putting things together for a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 3rd. They now lead 4-0. The 1-0 to Silverman is high and outside, ball 2. So Caleb McGrath stands at 3rd with 2 outs. Brookline has had 3 straight run-scoring hits with 2 outs. The pitch, it's in the dirt, but it's blocked by O'Toole. Ball 3. O'Toole's done a pretty good job of blocking these balls in the dirt from his pitchers. Brookline's only been able to advance on 1 of them so far. The 3-0 pitch is low for ball 4, and Silverman gets a free pass to first. And now coming up with runners on the corners and 2 out is the first baseman, number 6, Jack Martell. We got a meeting at the mound between the coach, catcher, and pitcher as Martell discusses things with his coach. His last time up, Martell grounded into a double play. He'll be hoping to do a little more damage this time. Score, Brookline 4, Waltham 0. Brookline was up 1-0 coming into this inning. They've put together a pretty sweet 2-out rally here. A single up the middle by Aiden Chin to score Brage Golding. A double to deep center by Jasper Reed that scored Aiden Chin. And then a single to left by Caleb McGrath that scored Jasper Reed. And now the runner is just taking off. He didn't even wait for the pitch. And, oh, they called a balk! McGrath is going to get to trot home. Silverman stole second while the pitcher hadn't even started his windup yet. And as he was starting his windup, I think he got distracted. I guess he got distracted by Silverman stealing. He started to look over at third, and they called a balk. The swing by Martell is grounded over to the shortstop, fielded, thrown over to first, and they got him for the last out of the inning. What do I even say about an inning that wild? Well, first off, let me just say that the score after 3 innings is Brookline 5, Waltham 0. And then let's run through all the craziness of that inning, because it was an absolute wild ride. So Brage Golding led things off with a single down the right field line. Owen Roach laid down a sac bunt that advanced Golding to second. Rocco Shorgy popped out to the second baseman for the second out. And then Aiden Chin sent a single up the middle, once again taking advantage of the shortstop being in a shift position. Waltham really looking for the Brookline righty hitters to pull it, but they keep sending it right where the shortstop would be in a non-shift situation. And the resulting single up the middle allowed Golding to score. Chin advanced to second on the throw, and then he advanced to third as there was an error on the attempted throw to second base, putting a runner at third. Jasper Reed hit a deep fly ball to center field right at the wall. DiStefano couldn't come up with it, and he wound up with a double that drove in Aiden Chin. Caleb McGrath came up next. He hit a single through the gap to left field. Jasper Reed came in, and the left fielder couldn't collect it, and as a result, McGrath ran all the way from first to third. Andrew Silverman came up and walked, and then with Martell up, coming out of a timeout, Silverman just decided to take off before the pitcher even started his windup, successfully stole second, and as the pitcher was kind of caught off balance, he was called for a balk, and McGrath scored. Martell grounded out to short to end the inning. And that entire summation took up the entire break between innings, so I'm just going to keep going. We start the top of the 4th with the catcher, number 17, Matt O'Toole. First pitch from Kim. He connects and sends it out to right field. And he caught it. Shoestring catch by Aiden Chin. It looked like Chin was caught a little off balance. He stepped back first, then realized he had to charge in. But some good coordination on the low liner as Chin made the shoestring catch, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Next up, the shortstop, number 22, Justin Moran. Kim with the pitch. He fouls it to the backstop, strike one. The 0-1 pitch from Kim. Curves into the inside corner for strike two. Coming into this game, Justin Moran was 1 for 4 with a walk, having played 2 games against Brookline. Now facing an 0-2 count, Moran calls time. His last time up in the top of the first, he grounded it out back to the pitcher to end the inning. Now the pitch, way high for ball 1. So that'll be a 1-2 count. So 1-2 the count. Pitch. Swung on and missed. And that'll be strike 3. So 2 down here in the top of the fourth. As now coming up is the extra hitter, number 6, Tyler Chasson. Pitch from Kim. Catches the outside corner, strike 1. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. Oh and 2 the count. 2 down, nobody on. The pitch from Kim. He fouls it to the backstop. And stays alive. His last time up, Chasson led off the top of the second with a ground out to third. He now faces an 0-2 count with 2 down in the top of the fourth. Pitch from Kim. Swung on and missed. Caught him with the high heat. That ends the inning in order. Fly out to right. Strikeout swinging and strikeout swinging. So through 3.5 innings, Brookline leads Waltham 5-0. And John Kim doing a pretty solid job so far. Despite a shaky start with back-to-back walks the first 2 batters he faced, he has rebounded well. And he's given up a couple of base runners, a couple of hits in the 3rd inning, but he's also done pretty good putting hitters down. He's got 4 strikeouts so far through 4 innings, so averaging a strikeout per inning. And speaking of the guy on the mound, we've got a new guy on the mound for Waltham. This will be number 7, Cal Canoni. This is a pitcher Brookline is well familiar with. They faced him twice, once as a relief pitcher and once as a starter. And thus far against Brookline, Canoni has had his fair share of struggles. His one start was that game at Waltham that ended due to darkness, so he was credited with a loss there. And between his start and his relief appearance, he's thrown 6 innings against Brookline. He's given up 7 runs, 3 of them earned, on 9 hits and 5 walks with 4 strikeouts. And the first batter he'll face is the designated hitter, number 12, Daniel Villa. His last time up, Villa flew out to center field to end the bottom of the second. Canoni's first pitch is just high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 2. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 3. So Villa goes down on strikes, and now coming up is the man who started the rally last inning, the left fielder and lefty hitter, number 11, Brage Golding.
Which game? Let's go, Brage.
First pitch from Canoni is way outside for ball 1. Golding were a righty hitter, that would have come close to hitting him. Instead, it's a harmless ball for a 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. He lays down a bunt, and it's just fouled down the third base line. Golding, usually a very effective bunter, he started his bunt motion a little late on that pitch, and as a result he came in a little behind it and laid it too far to the left. So 1-1 the count. Pitch, he swings, grounds it over to first, fielded by the first baseman, and tags the bag for the unassisted out. Now we cycle around to the top of the lineup with number 1, the second baseman, Owen Roach. He's 0 for 1 today with a flyout and a sacrifice bunt. Pitch. He's jammed inside, fouls it down the right side. First baseman's chasing it, can't catch it. So that'll be strike 1. Roach still searching for his first hit of the postseason. He's currently 0 for 7 in the playoffs. And he now faces an 0-1 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Now the pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Pitch from Canoni. He connects on this one, sends it down the left field line. Does it stay fair? No, it doesn't. Pulled just a bit too far to the left, and instead that'll be strike 2. Pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 3. So the bottom of the 4th ends in order for Brookline. Strikeout swinging, ground out to first, strikeout looking. So after 4, the score is Brookline 5, Waltham 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I'll be back with the 5th inning of this game after a quick break. Stay tuned. And welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you this Lou Tompkins playoff game between Brookline and Waltham. We are starting the top of the 5th inning with Brookline leading 5-0, and Waltham coming to the plate, starting with the second baseman, number 2, Bobby Daly. First pitch from Kim is fouled to the backstop for strike 1. His last time up, Daly struck out swinging in the top of the 2nd. Now the 0-1 pitch from Kim. He stops his windup motion. It seems his shoes were untied. A motion like that might have been called a balk if there was a runner on, but this is the first batter of the inning, so it's harmless. Now the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and connected, and this is going to be a single through the left gap. So we got a leadoff hit for Bobby Daly. Now up the first baseman, number 11, Drew Anderson. And the second straight lefty hitter that Kim is facing as he throws back to first, and Daly dives back safely. Waltham runners have to be careful in the base paths. They've already had one runner caught stealing second and another runner be picked off at second. First pitch to Anderson. He swings and connects and fouls it down the third base line. In his past 3 games against Brookline, Drew Anderson batting 0 for 5. So he's looking for his first hit against this team with a runner on first and no outs. The pitch is fouled to the backstop for strike 2. Caught Anderson chasing the high inside pitch. Kim checks the runner at first. And he throws it back. Almost got him, but just barely. Daly dives back safely. The pitcher and base runner were staring each other down, just daring one another to make a move. Kim made the move, and dang if they didn't almost catch him. The 0-2 pitch to Anderson. He swings and connects and sends it up the middle. This will go for a clean single, and it bounces away from Silverman in center field. He recovers, throws down to third. It's going to be a close play. Caught by Shorgy, tagged, and safe. So Daly advances to third on an error in center field. Credit to Silverman. He recovered from his error nicely and made a close throw down to third. The throw was just a bit too far wide. And we've got a new batter for Waltham. This is number 15, John Engelhart, batting for Dan Conrad, who was pulled from the mound last inning. First pitch curves into the inside corner. Strike 1. Nobody out, runners on the corners. Brookline leads 5-0. The 0-1 catches the outside corner this time for strike 2. Kim checks the runner at first. He sets, delivers, swung on and missed. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and that's the first out of the top of the 5th. Now up, the right fielder, number 26, Connor Scafidi. Kim checks the runner at first and delivers. And that curves inside for ball 1. Scafidi, his last time up, he reached on an error by the third baseman. Another lefty hitter in the Waltham lineup, now facing a 1-0. The pitch, he swings, gets jammed. They throw down to second for 1. They throw down to first. They get 2. And that ends the inning. It was a grounder back to the pitcher, and they executed the 1-6-3 double play with Kim taking some time to hold the runner at third. Again, great defense winning the day as Brookline gets out of the jam. Waltham had runners at the corners with nobody out, but the Brookline defense pulled through, a strikeout swinging, and a 1-6-3 double play. Impressive. So we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. Cannoni comes back out on the mound for Waltham after taking over for Conrad last inning. He sent the Brookline hitters down in order in the bottom of the 4th. And in this inning, he'll be facing Rocco Shorgy, Aiden Chin, and Jasper Reed. Shorgy 0 for 2 so far today, with a fly out to center field and a pop out to second. Meanwhile, Aiden Chin and Jasper Reed were 2 of the guys responsible for that big rally in the 3rd inning that ultimately pulled Conrad off the mound after the inning's conclusion. So Chin is currently batting 1 for 1. with a hit-by pitch and an RBI single, as well as a run scored on Jasper Reed's RBI hit. He is 1 for 2 with a RBI double and a run scored. So now coming up to start the bottom of the 5th inning, the third baseman, number 8, Rocco Shorgy. First pitch catches the outside corner, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. It drops into the dirt, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. Drops into the dirt again, ball 2. Two and 1 the count. Here comes the pitch. High and outside, ball 3. 3-1 now the count. Now the pitch is high and inside. That'll be ball 4. So Shorgy leads off with a free pass down to first base. This marks Shorgy's 3rd walk of the year against Waltham and his first of the playoffs. Now stepping in, number 16, the right fielder, Aiden Chin. Pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, swings and connects. He sends it through the left gap. That's going to go for a clean single. So now runners on first and second with nobody out to start this inning. And coming up is the cleanup hitter and the catcher, number 20, Jasper Reed. This is about where you want to be in the lineup when you've got a couple guys on and nobody out. Canoni checks the runner at second and fires. And a check swing foul over the backstop by Reed. So it's an 0-1 count. Rocco Shorgy at second, Aiden Chin at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Canoni checks the runner a couple times and delivers. Swung on and connected. This is a slow dribbler over to second field by the second baseman. They decided just throw to first and get the batter. So a 4-3 ground out by Jasper Reed advances Shorgy to third and Chin to second. Basically, it was like a sack bunt, except he got to swing. So 1 out. Runners at second and third. And now stepping in is the shortstop, number 15, Caleb McGrath. Pitch is low for ball 1. Blocked by O'Toole again. Waltham playing with the infield in. Looking for any slow dribblers to potentially throw out the lead runner at home. The pitch. He skies this one over the backstop. That'll be strike 1. So 1-1 the count to McGrath. The pitch. In the dirt again. Blocked by O'Toole again. And the count is 2-1.
Let's go, Caleb! Let's go 1-5.
Now the pitch. Outside, ball 3. McGrath 1 ball away from loading the bases. 3-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and slugged deep out to left field. It's going back. They're chasing it. It's going back. It's to the wall, and 2 runners are easily going to come in. 2 doubles in one day for Caleb McGrath. Can you believe it? As Brookline extends its lead to 7-0 as the double drives in Rocco Shorgy and Aiden Chin. And now, with 1 out and a runner on second, up comes the center fielder, number 22, Andrew Silverman. Canoni steps off the rubber to check the runner at second. Stands back in to face the hitter. He looks back at second, now delivers. Swung on and missed, strike one. So Caleb McGrath now 2 for 2 today with 2 doubles, a run scored, and 2 RBI. Canoni checks the runner at second again, throws, grounded over to third by Silverman. They hold the runner at second, throw to first, and they got the 5-3 ground out. Well executed by Engelhart over at third. And now with 2 outs, we've got a new hitter. This is number 27, Eli Rothman. He is batting in place of Jack Martell. The pitch in there for strike one. Rothman, a typical guy at first base. He likely substituted for Martell in the field as well. And Canoni steps back, throws back to second, does not get McGrath in time. So Rothman, like Owen Roach before him, is also looking for his first postseason hit. He comes into this game 0 for 6 with a strikeout in the postseason. The 0-1 pitch, and it's fouled down the right side for strike two. Rothman has played in 2 of the 3 prior games against Waltham, and he's gone 0 for 4 with a strikeout. So looking for his first hit in a couple of different ways, with 2 outs and a runner on second. Pitch in the dirt for ball one. Blocked again by O'Toole, and that keeps McGrath from advancing to third.
Drive one here, kid. Drive one.
1-2 the count. Canoni checks the runner at second, checks again, and Rothman calls time.
Late. Late.
He steps back into the box. The pitch. He swings and fouls to stay alive. That ball was not going to be in the strike zone. Rothman reached and managed to get a piece of it to stay alive in this at-bat. The count's still 1-2.
There you go, Yanni. Fight here, fight here.
Canoni checks the runner at second, lines and delivers, and he fouls this one. This is going to go over the backstop. Well, that's certainly the danger of walking through a park on baseball game day, as people were shouting, look out, heads up, but thankfully it didn't hit anybody. So another foul ball keeps Rothman alive. And Canoni with the 1-2 pitch again. He swings and fouls it down the left side. So 3 straight foul balls for Eli Rothman. The count remains at 1-2. Canoni checks the runner back at second and delivers. Just a bit outside, ball 2. Eli Rothman with nerves of steel up here, fighting his way to a longer at-bat. 2-2 the count. Canoni delivers, swung on, and he hits a grounder. It's a high hopper to short, and it goes over the shortman's head. Shortstop's head, and McGrath comes around third, and he's coming home. Eli Rothman with his first hit of the postseason. First hit. And now McGrath comes in to score for Brookline's 8th run. Hard to say whether I'd score that a single or an error by the shortstop. That could have been fielded properly, but some actual clever base running there by Caleb McGrath He was at second, stopped running right next to the ball as the ball bounced just next to him, in front of him. And I think that might have thrown off the shortstop's timing a bit. Either way, Eli Rothman gets on base, and he brings in a run. And Brookline now leads 8-0. And I think as they throw back to first base, yeah, I do believe we have another new hitter. This is number 2, Ian Glick. And he's batting in place of Daniel Villa, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. So 2 down, runner at first, and Glick, another lefty hitter, he swings at this one and fouls it down the left side for strike 2. So regardless of whether I scored that last at bat a hit or an error, hats off to Rothman. He fought and clawed his way to putting the ball in play. As the throw back to first, Rothman dives back safely. And of course, hats off to Caleb McGrath as well. He not only hit his second double of the day to drive in 2 runs, but also made some smart base running moves. The pitch is connected on. This is a grounder over to third, juggled by the third baseman, and everyone's going to reach safely. So Glick reaches on an error, and we've got another new hitter. And yes, this is number 71, Declan Tracy, another lefty. And he is batting for Brage Golding. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and tipped into the catcher's glove. That'll be strike 1. Eli Rothman stands at second. Ian Glick at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th as Brookline leads 8-0. Pitch. He swung on, grounded over to the first baseman, fields it cleanly, takes it unassisted, and that'll end the inning. But what a crazy inning that was. Let's give it a quick recap before I take a break. Rocco Shorgy led off with a walk. Aiden Chin hit a single through the left gap. Jasper Reed grounded out to second, but advanced both runners into scoring position. Caleb McGrath hit a double over the left fielder's head, scoring both Shorgy and Chin to put Brookline up 7-0. Andrew Silverman hit a ground out to third for the second out, and then Eli Rothman, batting for Jack Martell, fought his way to stay alive with 3 straight foul balls with 2 strikes, then hit a high hopper that was going to the shortstop, and some smart base running by Caleb McGrath threw off the timing just a little bit for the shortstop as the ball bounced over his head. McGrath then came in to score as the ball went into left field, and Brookline took an 8-0 lead. Ian Glick came into the box for Daniel Villa and reached on an error by the third baseman. And then Declan Tracy, batting for Brage Golding, grounded into an unassisted ground out at first. So after 5, the score is Brookline 8, Waltham 0. And once again, it seems my between innings summation has taken so long that I'm just going to have to jump right into the next inning. What is a between innings break anyway? As we start the top of the 6th, and batting first for Waltham, the original starting third baseman, now playing elsewhere in the field, number 4, Ryland Thomas. First pitch from Kim. He swings and connects and sends it foul down the left side. Thomas, his last time up, laid down a bunt single. Now the pitch, he swings, hits a slow roller down the third baseline, and that's foul as well. So Thomas definitely swinging away in this at-bat. He was able to throw down a beautiful bunt in the top of the 3rd inning that put runners on first and second with 1 out. But Waltham could not capitalize. The 0-2 pitch from Kim. High and inside, a dangerous throw, but Thomas was able to dodge out of the way, and the count is 1-2. Pitch, He checks his swing, and it dips low for ball 2. 2-2, the count to Thomas. Wind up in the pitch. Just a bit outside for ball 3. Jasper Reed was ready for the 3rd strike call. He was getting ready to throw down to 3rd for the strikeout, but instead we got a 3-2 count. The pitch. Drops into the strike zone. He connects. Sits a slow dribbler over to second, fielded by Roach, thrown to first, and that'll be a 4-3 ground out. We cycle back around to the top of the lineup with number 13, the center fielder, Mikey DiStefano. As we got a meeting at the mound between coach, catcher, and pitcher. And it looks like we're going to have a substitution on the mound. So John Kim, with an impressive outing of 5 1/3 innings of shutout baseball. Some great defensive performances behind him, and a solid pitching effort as well. He's on tab for the win, assuming there is no comeback. And we'll take a look at who the new pitcher is, who will be facing the top of the lineup. It's Rocco Shorgy. So Rocco Shorgy warming up to take over here in the top of the 6th inning with 1 out and nobody on. Let's see if I can find the last time I saw Shorgy on the mound. Yes, here it is. It was when Brookline hosted Woburn and held off a comeback attempt for a 6-4 win. Shorgy started the game on his birthday, no less, and ended up with the win, pitching 4 2/3 innings with 4 runs, 2 of them earned, and 6 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Aiden Chin would come on to make the save in that game. So now it's Shorgy coming in his relief effort for John Kim. So I think I saw the coach talking with one of the parents, just making sure they understand that, hey, we understand Kim is cruising. We just want to make sure we have him available for future games, because right now it seems like there will be future games, as Shorgy's first pitch to DiStefano is low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Brookline certainly looking like they're headed for more play this weekend, holding an 8-0 lead over Waltham. The pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-0 count to the lefty hitter DiStefano. Here comes the pitch. Catches the zone for strike 1. So 3-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. Catches the low end of the zone, strike 2. So Shorgy rebounding from an early hitter's count, going from 3-0 to 3-2. DiStefano steps back into the box. The pitch. He catches the outside corner. Caught him looking. You can tell DiStefano thought that was a ball because he checked on his swing. But the ump said, nope, caught the corner. And that'll be a strikeout looking to start off this pitching performance for Shorgy. And now coming up is Cal Canoni. First pitch is outside for ball 1. So it's now relief pitcher against relief pitcher. Shorgy with the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and connected. It's sent out to left center. And it bounces past Silverman. And it's going to go for extra bases. Backed up by the left fielder, thrown into second, but wide of the bag. And Canoni will have a double to left center field. Looks like that was Aiden Chin out in left who was backing up Andrew Silverman after he couldn't chase down the fly ball, as there have been some defensive switches. Declan Tracy is now in Aiden Chin's original spot in right field, as now coming up to the plate is Matt O'Toole. Pitch is low and very well covered by Jasper Reed as Canoni scampers back to second, realizing that Reed somehow managed to grab that wild pitch. Well, what otherwise would have been scored as a wild pitch. The 1-0, way outside, and again, Reed covers it. So 2-0 the count. Runner on second, 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Shorgy stares in and throws. In there for strike 1. Shorgy checks the runner at second and delivers. Dips low for ball 3. Pitch, and it's fouled to the backstop. Count is now full to the lefty hitter, Matt O'Toole. Shorgy checks the runner at second. Payoff pitch. Swung on and connected. This one's popped into shallow center. It's going to drop just past the shortstop, and the left fielder can't collect it either. And Canoni is taking off for home, and he is going to come in to score. And Waltham has scored its first run at Warren Field this season. So the score is now Brookline 8, Waltham 1, as that was the first run that Waltham has scored in a game in Brookline this season. Just a reminder, this is the 3rd game these two have played in Brookline this year, as the first pitch to Justin Moran is in there for strike 1. So a single to shallow left by Matt O'Toole, and then an error by the left fielder brings in Canoni and allows O'Toole to advance. So we got a wild pitch. It gets away from Reed, and O'Toole goes down to third. So now runner at third and 2 out, and a 1-1 count to Justin Moran. Pitch. It's low for ball 2. Shorgy winds and fires. Fouled to the backstop. That'll be strike 2. So a 2-2 count to Justin Moran, who last time out struck out swinging in the top of the 4th. This time the pitch tips low for ball 3. So we got a full count again. Shorgy with the payoff pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be hit out to right field. That's going to drop fair. O'Toole is going to trot in easily, and we got a single to right. Nice reaching swing by Moran. Allows O'Toole to come in, and the score is now 8-2. Next up is Tyler Chiasson. Pitch. In there for strike 1. Now the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Last time up, Chiasson struck out swinging to end the top of the fourth. The 1-1 pitch, fouled to the backstop, 1-2. The at-bat before that, Chiasson grounded out to third to lead off the top of the second. So 0 for 2 with a strikeout thus far. Pitch, swung on and missed, and that'll be his second strikeout of the day for both pitcher and batter, actually. As that ends the top of the sixth, Waltham puts a little dent into Brookline's lead, but ultimately Brookline still significantly ahead as we get ready to head into the bottom of the sixth. Score currently Brookline 8, Waltham 2. Top of the sixth played out as such. Rylan Thomas led off and grounded out to second, and that was the last batter John Kim would face on the mound as Rocco Shorgy took over. Mikey DiStefano struck out looking. Cal Cannoni hit a double to left center. Matt O'Toole followed up with a single to shallow left, and then after the ball skipped past the left fielder, Cannoni came in to score, and O'Toole advanced to second, giving Waltham its first run. Then Justin Moran came up, and after O'Toole advanced to third on a wild pitch, Moran slapped a single out to right on a reach-out swing and brought in O'Toole for Waltham's second run. Tyler Chiasson struck out swinging to end the inning. So it's Cal Cannoni who scored Waltham's first run and comes back out on the mound, hoping to keep things where they are, as he'll be facing the top of the Brookline lineup, starting with Owen Roach. His last time up, Roach struck out looking to end the bottom of the fourth. Still looking for his first postseason hit. He is 0 for 8 in the playoffs, and he's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a sac bunt. So now into the box, number 1, the second baseman, Owen Roach. First pitch from Cannoni. Swung on and dribbled over to third, fielded by the third baseman, thrown over to first, and he's got him for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out this inning. And Roach's search for his first playoff hit continues. Now at the plate, number 8, the relief pitcher, Rocco Shorgy. Shorgy, his last time up, he led off the bottom of the 5th with a walk and later came around to score. Pitch in there for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Low and away for ball 1. Cannoni with the 1-1. Just a bit outside, ball 2. Wind up in the pitch. And it hits him. Shorgy stands there like a statue and lets the pitch come right to him. And he gets a free trot down to first. That was a smart move right there. He saw the pitch was of the slower variety, just a curveball that hung, and so throw back to first, and Shorgy dives back safely. And on that pitch, Shorgy just kind of waited for it to come and hit him. Now stepping in is Aiden Chin with a runner on first and 1 out. Pitch, swings, hard grounder, rolling over to the shortstop, throw to second for 1, throw to first, not in time. So that'll be a fielder's choice. And Shorgy will be out at second.
Did you get that on tape? Yes! Fielder's choice.
Now at the plate with 2 down and a runner at first is Jasper Reed. His last time up, he grounded out to second. Pitch in there for strike 1.
Let's go, JQ. There you go, Jasper. Keep going right here, Jasper.
0-1 the count. Tony delivers. Low for ball 1.
Hey, let's go, Jim. Go. Jasper. Hey, Jasper. Get a hold of one here, kid. Go, Jasper.
Tony steps off the rubber to check the runner at first. Reed steps back into the box. The 1-1 pitch. Reaches out and hits a grounder over to second. Fielded cleanly, thrown to first. And that'll end the inning. No score from Brookline in the bottom of the 6th. Ground out to third. Hit by pitch. Fielder's choice. Ground out to second. So the score is Brookline 8, Waltham 2. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I'll be back with the 7th and final inning of regulation after a quick break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you the 7th and final inning of this Lou Tompkins playoff game between Brookline and Waltham. Brookline leading 8-2 as we start the top of the 7th. The relief pitcher for Brookline, Rocco Shorgy, back out on the mound. First batter he'll face is number 2, Bobby Daly. First pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike 1 against the left-handed hitter Daly. Lined up in the pitch. And he fouls this one out back to the left side. And that'll be strike 2. Daly, his last time up, hit a single through the left gap to lead off the top of the 5th, and he's going to send another single to left with this one. Nice reaching swing, and he gets a clean single. And so with a runner on and nobody out, up comes another lefty hitter, number 11, Drew Anderson. Anderson hit a single to center his last time up. Him and Daly put runners on the corners with nobody out, but ultimately they could not score on that one as the first pitch is low for ball 1. Pitch. Swung on and connected. This one's going to go through the right gap. Fielded and thrown back into the infield, so runners hold at first and second. And once again, Daly and Anderson with back-to-back singles. And now coming up is number 15, John Engelhart. Engelhart, his last time out, struck out swinging on 3 pitches as he was facing John Kim. Now against Shorgy, the first pitch is low for ball 1. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. Brookline leading 8-2. The pitch is fouled to the backstop for strike 1. Pitch, runner takes off for third. It's a strike. The throw to third base is into left field, and the runners are coming home. The throw to the plate, caught, and they say he missed the tag. Anderson goes down to second, and Daly comes in to score.
1-2.
So the score now, Brookline 8, Waltham 3. The pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. So now with 1 out and a runner on second, now up is number 26, Connor Scafidi. Scafidi, his last time up, he grounded into a 1-6-3 double play to end the 5th inning. Now he has a runner on second and 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Pitch. The ball. 1-1 is now the count. So 1-1 is the count to Scafidi. Pitch. Curves into the zone for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Shorgy checks the runner at second and delivers. Outside, ball 1. 2-2 the count to Scafidi. 1 out, runner at second. Score 8-3 in Brookline's favor. The pitch. Reaches out and swings. He bloops out to left field. If it stays fair, it drops in fair territory. Caught by the left fielder, and the runners hold. First and third now, after another single to left. Drew Anderson at third, Connor Scafidi at first. The bottom half of the Waltham lineup doing work. And now up is number 4, Ryland Thomas. The pitch. He swings at a high one and fouls it down the left side. His last time up, Thomas grounded out to second to start the 6th inning. That was the last batter that John Kim faced before being replaced by Shorgy. So with this guy, as the next pitch is tipped for strike 2. With Ryland Thomas now up, Shorgy has now faced the entirety of the Waltham lineup. Pitch. He swings and hits a hopper over to the shortstop. Toss to second for 1. Toss to first. Not in time. So they get the second out, but Drew Anderson comes in to score. So Scafidi is out at second. Anderson scores. Waltham has now cut Brookline's lead in half over the past 2 innings. Score is now 8-4. And with a runner on first and 2 down, we are back to the top of the lineup with Mikey DiStefano. Ironically enough, DiStefano was in a situation with this exact same score, 8-4, at the end of the game in Waltham, as he hit what turned out to be a 3-run inside the park home run, as Aiden Chin could not find the fly ball to right field in the darkness, and that was the play that ultimately ended the game, as they had to call it due to the darkness, with Brookline leading 8-7. Throw back to first base, and Thomas dives back safely. So DiStefano, the lefty, stands back into the box. Shorgy with his first pitch. Swung on and fouled down the right side. And a little bit of concern. They were worried someone might get hit by that one. But nobody was hurt. Everybody was fine. DiStefano, of course, caused something to shatter with one of his foul balls behind the backstop earlier this game. Either way, he now faces an 0-1 count. Throw back to first. Thomas dives back safely. And the sun is just now starting to come out at the end of the game. It's been cloudy all day. And now we're getting to see a bit of a sun here at the end of the game. The pitch. Swung, and that's a high hopper. That's going to hop over the infield into right field. Thomas is going around to third. It's fielded by the right fielder, thrown back into the infield. Skips away from the shortstop. DiStefano is going to advance to second. So a single to right. Thomas advances to third, and DiStefano goes to second on a throwing error. And we have runners on second and third with 2 outs for Cal Canoni. Pitch from Shorgy. In there for strike 1.
Let's go, Brookline! Let's go, Brookline!
Pitch from Shorgy. It's high for ball 1. 1-1 pitch from Shorgy. In there for strike 2. Brookline now a strike away from victory and advancing to the next round of the playoffs. The 1-2 pitch. High and inside, ball 2. Now the 2-2 in the dirt for ball 3. Runners on second and third, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Brookline leads Waltham 8-4. The payoff pitch from Shorgy. A check swing foul to the backstop, and Canoni stays alive. Canoni steps back in. Payoff pitch again from Shorgy. They're saying low, and they're saying he didn't go, so that's going to be a walk. They asked the second umpire for an opinion, and he says no, he didn't go. And so now the bases are loaded, and it looks like we've got at least a visit to the mound, if not a substitution. And yes, they're going to substitute the pitcher. And they're going to bring in, I think that's Caleb McGrath. So a rough outing for Shorgy on the mound. Unable to close the door on things. They bring in Caleb McGrath in what is actually a 1-out save situation, as the tying run will be at the plate with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Matt O'Toole, the lefty hitting catcher, thus far today, he flew out to right in the top of the 1st, flew out to right again in the top of the 4th, and then had a single to shallow left in the top of the 6th that brought in Canoni on an error by the left fielder. And he would later come around to score on a single by Justin Moran. So bases loaded, 2 outs in a 4-run ball game as the meat of the lineup is coming up for Waltham. And we got a few defensive substitutions as well. Looks like while Shorgy basically swapped positions with McGrath, going back to his normal spot at third base, Brage Golding coming back out in left field, and Aiden Chin going back out to right. Caleb McGrath has come up with a couple of saves already this season, but this is certainly a big one. The biggest 1 out that Brookline's got to make. Matt O'Toole steps into the box. McGrath winds and delivers. In there for strike 1. McGrath now with the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, and he pops it foul behind the backstop. They're starting to run out of baseballs. The ump asking for a fresh one from the box from Brookline's dugout. There certainly have been a lot of balls fouled behind the backstop. Stands to reason that some of them would end up out of reach and just lost. So now we got a fresh set of baseballs here in the final inning of regulation with 2 outs. 0-2 the count to Matt O'Toole. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, and he got him! Brookline wins! McGrath fooled him with the high heat, got him on 3 pitches, and so Caleb McGrath comes through with the 3-pitch save. Brookline defeats Waltham by a final score of 8-4, and that'll bring Waltham's series to an end, but not before a valiant attempt at a huge comeback, because they scored 4 runs in the past 2 innings. So as I get ready to wrap up this broadcast, I'll give a quick roundup of the game. Top of the first, Brookline's starting pitcher John Kim started things off a little shaky with a pair of walks, but one runner was caught stealing second, and then after a flyout to right and a ground out to the pitcher, top of the first ended with no damage. In the bottom of the first, Brookline went flyout to right, flyout to center, hit by pitch, and flyout to center. Top of the second, Kim started to find his groove, sent the batters down in order, ground out to third, strikeout swinging, fly out to center. In the bottom of the second, Caleb McGrath got things started for the Brookline offense. He had a double to left, then moved to third on a wild pitch. Then Andrew Silverman set a single up the middle, taking advantage of a righty batter type shift that Waltham had going. So the single up the middle brought in McGrath for Brookline's first run. After that, a 4-3 double play and a flyout to center ended the second inning. Top of the third, strikeout looking, and then a batter reached on an error, and then a bunt single put runners on first and second with 1 out. But then John Kim came up with a nice pickoff play at second base to get the lead runner, which helped because a single through the right gap put runners on the corners with 2 down, before a ground out to second ended the top of the third, again with no score. In the bottom of the third, Brage Golding led things off with a single down the right field line. Owen Roach moved him along with a sac bunt. And then after a pop out to second, Aiden Chin came up and sent a single almost to the same spot that Silverman did, again taking advantage of that righty shift to send a single up the middle and score Golding. Chin then advanced to second on the throw and then went to third on an erroneous throw to second base, putting a runner at third with 2 outs. Then Jasper Reed came up and hit a double to deep center that could not be collected by Mikey DiStefano in center field. Aiden Chin came in to score, and Brookline led 3-0. Then McGrath came up and hit a single through the left gap, which brought in Jasper Reed, in part thanks to an error in left field that allowed McGrath to advance all the way to third and make it 4-0. Andrew Silverman followed up with a 4-pitch walk. And then coming out of a timeout, Silverman just darted for second while the pitcher hadn't even started his windup yet. It was only mid-windup that he realized a runner was taking off, so he hesitated a bit, stepped off, and was called for a balk, allowing McGrath to come in with Brookline's 5th run before a ground out to short ended the 3rd inning. In the top of the 4th, John Kim again dealing, fly out to right, strikeout swinging. In the bottom of the 4th, Cal Cannoni came in relief of Waltham's starting pitcher Dan Conrad, and he started out well, strikeout swinging, ground out to first, strikeout looking. In the top of the 5th, Bobby Daly led things off with a single through the left gap, then Drew Anderson hit a single to center, and Daly advanced to third on an error in center field. But then a strikeout swinging and a 1-6-3 double play ended the 5th, again with no score. In the bottom half of the 5th, Rocco Shorgy led things off with a walk. Aiden Chin followed with a single through the left gap. Jasper Reed grounded out to second, but moved both runners into scoring position. Then Caleb McGrath hit another double to deep left, driving in both Shorgy and Chin to make it 7-0. After a ground out to third, Eli Rothman came on, batting for Martell, and hit a single that bounced over the shortstop's head, in part thanks to some smart base running by McGrath, as he sort of stopped next to the ball, let it bounce by him, and I do believe he actually threw off the shortstop's timing there and allowed it to bounce past him. So McGrath came in to score on that play and made it 8-0. After a reach-on error at third, a ground out to first ended the inning. In the top of the sixth, after a ground out to second, John Kim was pulled from the mound and replaced with Rocco Shorgy. He struck out his first batter looking, but then the trouble started. Cal Cannoni hit a double to left center. Matt O'Toole came up, hit a single to shallow left, and then an error by the left fielder trying to collect it off the bounce allowed Cal Cannoni to score Waltham's first run as O'Toole advanced to second on the error. Justin Moran came up, and after a wild pitch sent O'Toole to third, Moran slapped a single out to right that brought in O'Toole to make the score 8-2, before a strikeout swinging ended the sixth inning. In the bottom of the sixth, ground out to third, hit by pitch, fielder's choice, ground out to second, no score from Brookline. And then in the last inning, the top of the seventh, a single to left by Bobby Daly, a single through the right gap by Drew Anderson. Then Daly stole third base, scored on a throwing error by the catcher, which also allowed Anderson to come down to second and made the score 8-3. A strikeout swinging got the first out, and then Connor Scafitti hit a single to left, advancing Drew Anderson to third. And then a fielder's choice by Ryland Thomas, who almost grounded into a game-ending double play, but instead it was a fielder's choice. Scafitti out at second. Anderson came in to score Waltham's fourth run. Then Mikey DiStefano came up with a single to right, advancing Thomas to third, while DiStefano went to second on a throwing error. Cal Cannoni walked to load the bases, and then Caleb McGrath came in for Shorgy on the mound, struck out Matt O'Toole on 3 pitches, got him swinging at a high heat, and ended the game with the save. John Kim with the win on the mound, McGrath with the save. Brookline 8, Waltham 4. Brookline lives to fight another day in the Lou Tompkins playoffs, while Waltham will be going home. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. Live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, signing off. Have a good night.